Ticking time bombs. A 12-year-old boy was killed when a grenade left over from World War II exploded in his bedroom. And it's not an isolated case. As Les Trent tells us, there are countless grenades sitting around that could go off with one wrong move.
These grieving parents say the unthinkable happened to their 12-year-old son, Asher Hurley, when an explosion suddenly went off in his bedroom.
Oh, we had a huge explosion, and he lost his limb.
Okay.
Now.
All right, you got something you can try and control the bleeding with?
We don't know. My God, hurry. Dear Jesus, in the name of Jesus, I pray healing for my son.
So what exploded? Asher's parents say he was playing with what was thought to be an inactive dummy grenade like this. But Asher's grenade was the real deal. It was an antique from World War II, and when he pulled out the pin, it exploded in his hands.
I could barely see him through the smoke.
I knew he was dying, and unaware, like he was so mangled.
Asher didn't survive the blast.
I think about him every day, every day. I want him here.
The World War II grenade was bought 5 years ago at a flea market store as a gift for Asher's dad, a World War II history buff.
I gave it to Asher.
It was stamped like practice. It just didn't cross our minds.
I was never in the military, and I'm not really a gun person.
But you like history a lot.
I like history.
He was particularly fascinated with the Second World War. He was into antique toys as well. Like he has some like antique cars and cast like army men, and like those little weird monkeys. He just he liked things that are older.
He liked doing these videos of battles, Civil War battles especially.
These stop motion films that took him all day long.
Grenades were an effective weapon of combat during the war. Turns out grenade accidents happen more often than you may think. An unknown number of them were brought back to the States by returning GIs, and they have laid dormant for the last 80 years, sitting in boxes or in basements or on display.
An explosion occurred at our Special Enforcement Bureau.
In July, 3 LA Sheriff's deputies died in a horrific grenade explosion when authorities say an old grenade they recovered from a storage unit at an apartment complex went off.
If this thing is active, it is a ticking time bomb.
Explosives expert Captain Jerry Vogel says old grenades can be unstable and extremely dangerous.
They sit on shelves. You don't know how reactive they are. The time does not inactivate the gunpowder inside one of these shells.
People don't have to be afraid to turn ordnance in. You turn it in and there's no prosecution involved in it. You're basically exempt.
The Butler County Sheriff's Office in Ohio showed us how their bomb squad recently disposed of a World War II grenade. Their detonation was carefully controlled.
Why take a chance? It can go out in a hole. We have a little bit of C4 laying around the shop, and it goes on it, and it goes away. Whether it was a hazard or whether it was not a hazard, it's gone. I know it has some nostalgic value to you.
The grenade belonged to this retired teacher.
I'd hate for that darn thing to go off, and hurt somebody or even kill somebody. Or that's why I went down to the Lebanon Police Department and started the ball rolling.
He says the relic was passed down from his grandfather.
I knew how Granddad was, and I just didn't think he would have that around the house if he knew it was alive, but just because us grandchildren are around, or his children were around.
There's really no way that you could tell the difference. Not the way they're sold, nothing. There's no clue. There's not even, and this is why I think what y'all are doing is important. There's no story you come across. There's nothing.
Now these parents say they want everyone to know that grenades can be dangerous, even ones that you might think are inactive.
I had even purchased one prior to this on eBay at paperweight, but you couldn't tell the difference.
Don't make assumptions. It's not something anybody should be bringing into their home. This is the guitar that Asher was working on and then laid his initials into it the night before the accident. It's a parlor size. I finished it. But I miss him. We miss him. He was such a dynamic boy.